Hello and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. So, we had an update just recently. So our Alpha 18.2 build 5, and it had a weird reaction or whatnot. Basically, I spawned in and there was trees all in my base. And so when I ended up going up and see how it went all the way down and all the way up. So there was one there. I think there was one out around this area somewhere. I didn't get any material for going ahead and get rid of the tree, but it pretty much all here was one. So it was straight down there. There was nothing above. But the one that was right here completely took out the chest going all the way up. So all the boots and everything I had, that's gone. So, yeah. But, I mean, I guess it's not really too big of a deal, per se. Now, I've come to realize that some of the build that I have right here, I want to go ahead and do a little bit different. Let's go out here and look at this for a second. So, I want to go ahead and put the last Horde Night was fine. I didn't have anything bust in. They kind of came through. Well, they did bust out like one whole side of it, and I had to go ahead and upgrade it. That's the reason why I went through like this, because by having just a single bars like this, they ended up kind of like glitching through, kind of, or sneaking through, and so they were hitting on both sides. So they took out a big long section of it. So originally I was going to have this come out 3 and it put another wall. And I'm still probably going to end up doing that. I mean, I've got the inside right there, which I'm never in it, but it goes straight down. So I think I'm going to end up putting the next wall right here, which is the same as that. I've started upgrading this, which is okay and everything. It's, I want to make sure that when I start getting demolishers, which I've been playing on the server, and when I had demolishers on there, I think I did the day 35 horde, and I had like about 8 demolishers. And it wasn't that bad as long as I had enough ammo to take them out before they ended up exploding. So, but the thing is, if they explode, if I'm not mistaken, they do about like 5,000 damage. So these blocks, the concrete blocks, they're going to pretty much completely obliterate. But I want to... I was sitting there looking at it, and it's okay as far as how I have it right there. I've got blade traps. I was going to put all blade traps on the middle, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try to build this one a little bit different, because I've come to realize I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a YouTuber, Skippy? Is it Skippy? It might be Skippy. I'm not too sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. But he started his YouTube, or he started his 7 Days to Die gameplay the same time I did, or roughly around the same time. When I finally ended up noticing, we kind of both had the same idea of a day 0 horde base that we pick out in the middle of nowhere and we just go ahead and upgrade it, and we kind of end up having... His looks a lot better than mine, and he's a lot further along than me, but we kind of have the same kind of thing. So I was like, well, I want to kind of try something different. So what I thought about doing is put one more line around, And then I'm thinking I might put ramps going up. So there'll be 4 ramps on all 4 sides. So it kind of funnel the zombies in where they're going up, but it gives them 4 options to come up. So it's still giving me where I'm not staying just in one certain area. Like this right here, they come from all different angles. So I'm getting constant battle. But maybe if I end up building like 4 ramps coming up on the sides to give them an option to come up there, then it's still defended from all different angles, and it's not funneling per se, but it also allows me to use like dart traps and electric fences and stuff like that, when originally I wasn't planning on using any of that stuff. So it's kind of trying to go ahead and step outside my boundary a little bit, or idea base. So that's what I'm going to end up doing as far as that, I think. And it might not work out. But the thing is, I still have it on, if I die, I lose my inventory. And if I end up, I mean, it's like inventory and backpack is completely deleted. So I still got to go ahead and work on some of our stuff. Now I have 1 good auger and 1 good chainsaw at the moment, which I came close to dying the other day, which is, I made the mistake of taking it out with me, as far as just wandering around instead of using the pickaxe and stuff. So I've got to go ahead and redo my whole inventory slot. Now this is what I was looking at. This is kind of like an update episode. We're kind of like going through some of this stuff. This, we got stone cooking, we got metal cooking. I need to put some more in here. Turn that on. We're trying to process as much metal ores and everything as fast as we can. We got a lot of cement going, so it's 2,000. It's a little over 2,000. What is this one? This one's a little over 2,000. We still have downstairs where we're kind of just like keep on going. Oh, also I ended up doing a ton of gunpowder. Now that's good and everything, but I like the cubby hole part of this right here, but I think what I want to do, I think I want to change all this. I started kind of opening this up mainly because it's got metal right here, so we're just going to go ahead and farm it all and get as much metal ore as we can, because as much as we're going to update and upgrade everything, we want to make sure that we have enough materials. But we're also going to end up having to go get some more, what's like the regular crafting materials. I was sitting there thinking how much I end up having. This part right here, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to drop this floor. I'm going to drop this floor down like a couple more maybe. I'm thinking that's what I might end up doing. And so maybe down to right here. So it's going to be all the way across. It's going to be that level. This, I had the idea, but then it was supposed to be going down angled to bedrock, but I've got this down here anyway, so I don't really have to go ahead and it's going all the way down. Now, let's see, I haven't done anything else down here. I'm just kind of clearing it out as I go. I haven't updated it. I haven't increased. Oh, that was a lag spike. I haven't increased any of the stuff as far as... Oh, that wasn't as much as I thought it would be. I haven't increased as far as how this is going to end up being. I know I need to go ahead and do some more stable part and make it where I don't think it's going to collapse, but I don't want to take a chance of it collapsing, if that makes any sense. So we're going to end up I'm probably just going to use stone down here so I can make some cobblestone and stuff just to go ahead and get it going a little bit. We got 2,000. Let's go ahead and put some more of this in there. But I want to keep all these forges going like crazy. That way I can go ahead and definitely have enough concrete to do everything I'm wanting to do. Let's see. And then up top. But at the same time, I have an idea to kind of try out a couple more things as far as, like, basically I want to have it where maybe I can have a tunnel coming in to my base, kind of, and have it where not only am I... Ooh, geez, that wasn't hardly any at all. Let's put this in here and that in there. But have it where I could actually drive down with my vehicle into the base. So this is another kind of update episode. I've been kind of stuck with appointments and everything lately to where it's been taking up all my time with the VA, so I haven't been able to do a lot of recording. So I've kind of been keeping a little bit busy, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully I'll get back into more of a schedule. My idea was, like I was sitting there saying and jumping around. Oh, sorry, burping. As I was sitting there saying and, you know, bouncing around and everything, is I'm going to empty this out because it's got the metal and I want to go ahead and get all the metal. Now, this stone, that's the first level, so I'm going to have to go ahead and drop it down a little bit and put an extra floor, because if a demolisher does explode, he's going to blow up this concrete. So if he blew up this concrete, it would drop him straight into the base, or drop any zombies that come afterwards straight into a base. So that I don't want to end up doing that. But if I end up making those ramps and they're focused more on, you know, just coming through the ramps, you know, you got 4 different angles, then maybe it will kind of alleviate some of the chance of them busting in through this, I guess. Now, the beds and everything are going to be on the top floor. That was what my original thought was going to end up being. But I'm still kind of playing around with that too, because I was going to put the armory down here. But if I end up dying and losing everything, and I spawn at the top of the base where the bedrooms are, then I'm not going to be able to go ahead and get all my gear, or the next load of gear to go ahead and fight the rest of the Horde Night. Now, one thing I have noticed, and I don't know if it ends up being just maybe the settings I have it is, but if I end up dying, even on the server that I play on, if I end up dying on Horde Night, they stop spawning. Now, I'm not sure if that's just the setting that maybe we put wrong, or maybe I put wrong on here. I haven't died yet on this series, so maybe it's completely different. But if, let's say that the Horde Night ends at, because my Horde Night lasts 30 minutes. So let's say that my Horde Night ends at 2300. Well, if I log off and then log back on, then it restarts it. So there is that. Let's put this in here. This one's just brass. This one's kind of everything. I'm trying to get the clay going. We're going to take out this and put this lead in there. Let's see. We got 3,000 there. We'll put that in there. And put that in there. Okay. So we're getting a decent amount of materials and stuff. That's going to end up crunching through. Now let's see how much. So we done some sand, which is good. And my suggestion would be to get as much with the demolishers and everything. It really ends up if they explode, I mean, you're going to end up, it's going to tear up everything like crazy. So you want to go ahead and make sure you have enough materials. So let's go ahead and do 1,800 maybe. And then we'll go over here and we'll do the rest of it, 1,900. So I do like that, and it ends up being where, you know, got to make sure that you have enough materials to repair everything. I like the little veins right here. The one part I don't like, since that patch ended up happening and it made the trees spawn in upstairs, it took out my bases. Not bases. It took out one of my storage. Now, that's kind of bad in some ways, because what happens if next time it spawns on one of my ammo benches? So, that being said, maybe I do need to put all the weapons downstairs. I heard her. Where is she? Oh, she did. Okay. So that's because, like, okay, it was right here, and I mean, you can see it went all the way down. So it took everything out upstairs. So maybe I do need to put all my storage downstairs, and this is more just open. Because I don't remember there being that many trees here, or if it was just like a random spawn that just kind of ended up getting rid of it. That's kind of iffy. Because I don't want to have like a whole chest full of weapons that all of a sudden a patch comes out and it causes me to lose all of my like all my upgraded guns and everything. I don't want that to happen. So I've got to end up deciding about that. Gunpowder, that's upstairs. So what I might end up doing is doing like I did before and making a... Because what if this... If it wasn't like right here, let's say that it was over here where all my ammo is, I would have lost all this ammo, which I don't have a lot of ammo, but it's still more ammo than I had before, and that's not something I actually want to be like, oh crap, I just lost everything. So there is that. I'm kind of rambling on as far as my ideas. The idea as far as this goes, I want to go ahead, we're just doing the top 2 layers. I know that we're going to have to get some more rebar frames crafted. We're going to end up having to get some more cement. We're going to have to get some more metal. And I don't know if I'm going to end up being ready for the next Horde night. I mean, I might have this next level right here, but that being said, there's going to be... It's going to be limited on as far as what I have, which is not a big deal, but I'm still going to have to end up planning as far as that goes. Now, this level right here, we're going to go with spikes and everything on this level. That's pretty much a guarantee. Now, what am I end up going to do as far as... Am I going to do 4 or am I going to do 3? I think 3 would be okay. The idea I'm thinking about doing is whenever it comes finalized, I mean like closer to finished and everything, I want at least a couple of layers of protection. So they burst in through 1, then at least they're not going to go ahead and, you know, they'll have to beat on the next part. Now, do I want to have one more layer? We got the spin blades in the middle. And then right here, we'll put the layers around and then a ramp, or do I want to go out a couple more? I'm not going to be able to do it before next Horde night. I imagine what I'm going to only be able to do is make a whole bunch of these spikes, for... I'm going to be able to do this level right here and probably put spikes on the outside. I imagine that's how I'm going to only end up having time to end up doing, which is okay. It's not a big a deal. I've found that I'm using the M60 a lot, which I don't have a high level M60. The good thing is whenever I'm sitting there building and upgrading everything, that is the fastest way for you to level at the moment. That's the way it feels like. You get, you know, a decent amount of XP for killing zombies and everything, but it feels like you end up leveling faster whenever you're upgrading and building and stuff like that. And I'll have to get some more of these spikes, which these spikes are not bad. And I thought about maybe double stacking them, like this whole middle section. I'm still playing around with that too. Now the spin blades, they work really good, but of course they end up having an upgrade. Now, my goal, what I was kind of thinking about is, that's the kind of house in the middle. I don't know, I'm still playing around with some ideas. I know how I want the bottom part, the first layer to look, but then the second layer kind of contradicts the third layer, and it's just, it's a freaking ugly little mismatch of things. I don't have anything in here. So I keep changing my mind. It's like, I want to do this, but no, wait, I want to do this. No, I want to go ahead, check this. So what do we end up having in here? Not much. Okay, so I don't even think I have... If I'm going to end up... I'm sitting there thinking about it. If I'm going to end up going to the merchant, I'm going to end up having to hit some of the houses again soon. Let's look at some of my weapons and stuff like that. Let's see how much money we got first. Okay, this is stuff I got to sell. We're only at 1,276. That's not too good. Thought I saw something. So we could probably do some quests and everything. Right now, kill some zombie dogs. And I've got a pistol that I'm using. Plus, I'm trying to go ahead and focus on using the crossbow. Let's toss all this stuff in here real quick. Wood. Another thing I want to go ahead and do is make some more. I've got these 3 forges. See, that's the only thing about dropping this floor down. I'm going to have to end up emptying all these out, but right now they're going. So we'll end up playing around with that later. I'll figure that out as I go. But we want to check and see what our weapon status is. In this chest, we got some turrets. We got a wooden bow. Not a lot of gear that wise. See, we got the M60, but it's just a brown one. Yeah, that's not really too good. Pistols, we got a level 5. This one's 41 damage, and this one's 45 damage. We do have a magnum, which what I'm planning on doing is the armor-piercing bullets. This magnum will be what I use to take out the demolishers for right now. Let's see, rifles. We got some honey rifles. Not much else other than that. And in the shotguns, at least we have this one. That's 16, that's 16, but we can put more stuff on this one. Now, mods, we don't have a lot of mods, I don't think. Ammo, we're kind of limited on. We'll be using the M60 a lot, and I don't think... I wired up this wrong. Because, see, I've got all of the turrets connected to this switch right here. But it's not connected to... This is not connected to that. I didn't end up doing that right. So these turrets should have some, yeah, they have 150 each. So, I mean, that's not that bad, but it's not enough for the next Horde Night, and we only have a day and a half. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is focusing on upgrading the remainder of the stuff in here, start the next wall, make a ton of spikes, which that being said... Put this in here. Let's do... Wait, do we have any rebar built stuff? We got 465 rebar, and we still have some more iron spikes, which that's good. I mean, it's not bad at all. But at the same time, let's get some forged iron going because we're going to need some more spikes. That's got a decent amount right there. Repair kits, we're at 5 at the moment. This one, let's do some forged steel. 78. And let's do some more forged steel. And also in the middle one, let's go ahead and we'll do some bullet casings. And we'll do some bullet tips. Yeah, that should be pretty good as far as that goes. Let's see, tools. Tools is all a mixed match of different things at the moment. I need to go out and get a whole bunch of materials, but melee weapons, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break down a lot of this stuff. I don't use the iron spear. I've got reinforced club. I do want to keep a decent amount for when people join in and stuff like that, but I don't want to. I don't need to go ahead and have all that stuff. Let's look at the mods. Now on that shotgun I have upstairs, I got the extender, but I can also do probably the duck bill. I think that's all. And then parts, we got a decent amount of parts we can go ahead and sell. That's not a big thing. Here's some stuff I have to go ahead and sell. Repair tools is about the same. And then of course build stuff. So I'm not really as far off as I would like to be. Let's go ahead and make a lot of iron spikes. 141, that should be good. And then we'll toss that in there. What is this one making? Nothing. What is this one making? Still making a ton of gunpowder, which is great. That's going to end up being pretty good as far as that goes. So we're at a decent part. I just don't think that I am ready for the next Horde Night. And my games is 108. Level 54. Now, as far as the points go, I got 1 point to spend. Now, I was going to go with... I'll put Penetrator 3 of 5. Because I figured that would be good as far as shooting when they end up coming out. Now, the rest of the stuff I need to go ahead and put more points into, like, Lucky Looter, maybe. We got the Daring Adventurer, and then we got Plunder. That might be an idea too, when we're doing the quest and everything. Let's go ahead and get that. Alright, so that's at least a little bit of start. Probably, let me look at my armor. We're still kind of low on all the stuff in the armor, but like I was saying, I've kind of neglected foraging and everything, but I want to go ahead and finish getting up a lot of the stuff in the base. I want to get my base set up where I don't have to worry about, oh no, I'm not going to end up being able to survive. But this right here, I'm going to end up having to bring it down a little bit because I want the extra protection if they end up blasting through. I want to go ahead and have it drop down a little bit with a double brick or double concrete. That's what I would like at least. Which it's possible. It's not like it's going to be a big thing. But I think that this is going to... I don't think we're going to get a demolisher yet. I mean, I hope not. And if I do, as long as I can kill him and I don't shoot that little chest piece before he explodes, I should be okay. So anyways, this is kind of giving an update. We're probably going to go ahead and continue building stuff, upgrading the next wall. That would probably be the next part we end up doing on... Probably off camera. We'll dig a little bit more and go ahead and keep on going. And then probably what we might end up doing, let's look at this right here. I don't know what that was. That was like a beep beep. We got a lot of quests we need to go ahead and take over and get done. We might end up doing some of that next time too. So anyways, till next time, I'm ShakenNORT, and I shall catch you later.